What does true strength really mean? It's not about what meets the eye. It's not in physical appearance, loud confidence, or any outward display. True strength is something far deeper. It's found in the way you face life's toughest challenges, how you rise again after every setback, and your refusal to let hardships define you. Think about those days when you feel like you're just going through the motions, doing the bare minimum to get by. Even then, whether you realize it or not, you're demonstrating a quiet, incredible strength. This kind of strength isn't built in the gym or by pretending everything's fine. It's rooted in resilience, persistence, and the unwavering determination to keep moving forward, even when it feels like no one is watching or cheering you on. In this video, we're diving into 7 profound signs of inner strength, inspired by the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. These are not flashy traits, but the foundational skills that define a strong and balanced life. More importantly, you'll learn how to embrace and practice these Stoic principles in your daily routine, helping you find peace and lasting fulfillment. If this resonates with you, take a moment to share it with someone who might need a reminder of their own inner power, whether it's a friend, a family member, or even a colleague. A small gesture like that could create a ripple effect of encouragement. Are you ready to uncover and celebrate the strength you already carry within? Let's begin. Emotional control. The power to stay steady. Imagine this: you've spent weeks preparing for an important project, everything feels on track, and then suddenly, things take a turn for the worse. Or perhaps, out of nowhere, someone you trust delivers an unfair criticism. How would you react? For many, emotions take over: anger, frustration, or even despair. It's a natural response, but reacting in the heat of the moment often leads to regret. Let me share a story about my former boss, a leader I deeply admired for his remarkable emotional control. During a major project setback, when everyone else panicked, some blaming circumstances, others pointing fingers, he stayed calm. He asked questions, sought solutions, and guided the team with clarity and focus. It wasn't that he didn't feel the stress, he simply chose not to let it control him. This kind of control isn't about suppressing emotions but mastering them. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Emotional control is about focusing on what you can change while letting go of what you can't. It's the calm within the storm and the clarity that turns chaos into actionable solutions. Think about your own life. How often have words spoken in anger left you wishing you could take them back? Or how many impulsive decisions made in frustration only made things worse? Emotions are powerful, and when unchecked, they can lead us astray. The Stoics understood this well. Seneca said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." To truly live freely, you must guide your emotions with reason rather than being ruled by them. Emotional control begins with small, intentional steps. When frustration or anger rises, pause. Take a deep breath and give yourself a moment to think. This simple act creates a powerful pause between emotion and action, allowing you to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, let it go. If it is, redirect your energy toward solving the issue rather than fueling the emotion. At the end of the day, reflect on moments when your emotions got the better of you. What triggered them? How might you approach similar situations differently next time? Perspective also plays a vital role. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, will this matter a year from now? Often what feels overwhelming in the moment becomes insignificant in hindsight. Shifting your perspective reduces the emotional weight of temporary setbacks. Emotional control isn't about being detached or emotionless. It's about understanding your feelings, choosing your responses, and staying steady in the face of uncertainty. It's a practice, a commitment to intentionality over impulse. With time, life's challenges become opportunities for growth. True strength lies not in the absence of emotion, but in the ability to guide it with wisdom and purpose. Living with integrity, the strength to stay true to yourself. The final and perhaps most defining sign of a truly strong person is living with integrity. Integrity is the foundation of genuine strength. It's the unwavering commitment to your values, principles, and sense of right and wrong, even when it's not easy or convenient. It's about being honest with yourself and others, keeping your promises, and standing by your beliefs, no matter the pressure to compromise. In today's fast-paced and often competitive world, it can be tempting to take shortcuts, bend the truth, or conform to others' expectations. But strong individuals resist these urges. They understand that true fulfillment comes not from external validation, but from knowing they've acted in alignment with their values. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Integrity provides clarity and peace of mind, allowing you to face the world with confidence, knowing you've stayed true to yourself. Living with integrity also fosters trust and respect in your relationships. People are drawn to those who are authentic and reliable, those whose actions consistently match their words. This trust becomes a cornerstone of meaningful connections, whether with family, friends, or colleagues. When you lead with integrity, you inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of honesty and accountability in your community. Integrity doesn't mean you'll never make mistakes. Strong people recognize that they're human and that missteps are part of the journey. What sets them apart is their willingness to take responsibility, make amends, and learn from those mistakes. It takes courage to admit when you're wrong, but it also strengthens your character and reinforces your commitment to growth. Living with integrity requires self-awareness and courage. It means knowing what you stand for and having the strength to defend those values, even in the face of criticism or adversity. It's about choosing what's right over what's easy, even when no one else is watching. This kind of inner strength creates a life of purpose and authenticity, where your actions are aligned with your deepest beliefs. How can you cultivate integrity in your own life? Start by clarifying your values, what truly matters to you. Reflect on whether your daily choices align with those principles. Speak honestly, even when it's uncomfortable, and follow through on your commitments, no matter how small. Integrity is built in these everyday actions and reinforced over time. When you live with integrity, you embody a quiet but powerful strength. You demonstrate that your character is unshakable, and your actions consistently reflect the person you aspire to be. This strength not only elevates your own life, but also inspires those around you to live with greater honesty and purpose. If this video resonated with you and you agree with the signs of true strength we discussed, let us know. Drop a 1 in the comments to show you're on this journey of inner strength. Your voice matters, and we'd love to hear from you. Taking responsibility, the true measure of strength. True strength shines brightest when you take responsibility for your actions. Imagine this: you promised a colleague you'd finish part of a report by the weekend. The days slip by, other tasks pile up, and you miss the deadline. What do? Many would be tempted to make excuses, blaming a heavy workload, unexpected events, or even others. But real accountability means stepping up without hesitation. You own your mistake, apologize, and find a way to make it right. At first glance, this might seem like a small act, but it reveals a great deal about your character. Taking responsibility isn't about avoiding mistakes, it's about how you handle them when they happen. Mistakes are inevitable. They mark the end of one attempt and the start of learning. As Seneca said, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." What defines you is how you use those moments to grow. Taking responsibility requires courage. It's not easy to admit when you're wrong, especially in a world that often celebrates perfection. But let's be honest, perfection is an illusion. We're all human, we all stumble, and true strength comes from facing those flaws head-on and making things right instead of hiding behind excuses. I once worked with a leader who embodied this beautifully. She was heading a major project, and an oversight on her part caused a key milestone to be delayed. Instead of blaming her team or external factors, she addressed the issue openly. She gathered the team, admitted her mistake, and presented a clear plan to resolve the problem. Her honesty inspired trust and respect not just because she took ownership, but because she demonstrated how to lead with integrity. When you take responsibility, you claim ownership of your life. It's an empowering act that reminds you that you're not a victim of your circumstances, you're the author of your own story. Every mistake becomes a lesson, a stepping stone toward greater wisdom and strength. The Stoics remind us that responsibility is a path to freedom. Epictetus famously said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Taking responsibility frees you from the burden of excuses and blame. It puts you in control, allowing you to shape your future with deliberate intention. How can you practice this in everyday life? Start small. If you forget to return a friend's call, don't make excuses, apologize sincerely and follow through. When faced with criticism, resist the urge to defend yourself right away. Instead, reflect on whether there's truth in the feedback, and if there is, take action to improve. Responsibility also means celebrating your successes. It's not just about owning mistakes, it's about recognizing the times when your actions made a positive difference. This balance keeps you grounded, helping you grow without being weighed down by self-doubt or inflated by pride. Life will present countless moments where you must choose between blame and accountability. It's easy to shift the burden elsewhere, but the stronger path, the Stoic path, is to embrace the truth, however uncomfortable, and use it as a catalyst for growth. Taking responsibility doesn't just make you a better colleague, friend, or partner, it makes you a better version of yourself. It builds resilience, fosters trust, and helps you create a life of integrity and purpose. In a world that often avoids accountability, those who embrace it stand out as examples of true strength. Word by word, action by action, responsibility becomes the foundation upon which greatness is built. And with this foundation, you can stand tall no matter what challenges life throws your way. Facing fear, turning doubts into strength. Fear is a feeling we all know well. It whispers doubts, paints worst-case scenarios, and urges us to pull back. Yet those who are truly strong don't retreat, they confront fear head-on. They don't see it as an enemy, but as a teacher, a guide that leads to growth and transformation. Think about this: you're given the chance to speak in front of a crowd. Fear creeps in, asking, what if you embarrass yourself? You hesitate, but then you take a deep breath and say yes. In that moment, you've chosen growth over comfort. You've decided that the possibility of failure is worth the chance to learn, stretch, and move beyond your current limits. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, once said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." Fear often doesn't arise from the challenge itself, but from how we perceive it. An upcoming exam, a job interview, or a difficult conversation, fear magnifies the risks and highlights what could go wrong. But strong individuals recognize this voice and act in spite of it. They understand that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to move forward regardless of fear. Fear doesn't just show up in big moments, it's present in everyday situations. Imagine hesitating to share your opinion in a meeting because you fear being judged. But then you take a moment, steady yourself, and speak up. Or maybe you've avoided trying a new hobby, worried that you won't be good at it. Yet you give it a shot anyway. These small victories, these moments of stepping into discomfort, are where strength is built. The Stoics understood the power of preparing for challenges before they appear. Seneca wisely said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Anticipating difficulties is natural, but letting them paralyze you isn't necessary. Instead, view challenges as opportunities to practice resilience. Practical steps can help you face fear more effectively. Start with deep breathing when fear begins to take hold. Slowing your breath can calm your racing thoughts. Break big challenges into smaller, manageable steps to make them less intimidating. Remind yourself that discomfort is temporary, but the growth you achieve from facing fear is lasting. Facing fear doesn't mean being fearless, it means choosing action. Every time you confront what scares you, you grow a little braver and stronger. Fear is often an illusion, a barrier that crumbles when you take that first step. Life will always bring challenges, but fear doesn't have to hold you back. See fear for what it truly is, a signal that growth is near. As Epictetus said, difficulties are things that show a person what they are. Embrace the challenges fear presents. Each step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to a stronger, wiser, and more resilient version of yourself. Every fearful moment is an invitation to rise. The choice is yours. What will you do with it? Embracing solitude, the quiet strength within. There's a unique strength in being comfortable with solitude. A strength often misunderstood in a world that constantly demands connection and thrives on distractions. In today's culture, being alone is sometimes unfairly seen as a weakness, a sign of disengagement or failure to connect. But when embraced, solitude becomes a powerful ally, offering a space for reflection, growth, and self-discovery. Imagine this, a quiet evening with no notifications buzzing, no emails to check, and no one seeking your attention. At first, the silence might feel unfamiliar, even unsettling. But slowly, the stillness begins to act like a mirror, reflecting truths about yourself that the noise of daily life drowns out. This is the gift of solitude. It strips away external influences and helps you understand who you truly are. Epictetus said it best, "He who is not satisfied with the little is satisfied with nothing." Solitude teaches contentment, showing you how to find fulfillment within yourself instead of chasing it through external validation. Unlike loneliness, which is marked by a longing for connection, solitude is a choice. It's an intentional decision to step back from the chaos and nurture your inner world. This distinction is crucial. Loneliness drains you while solitude replenishes you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his soul." Solitude gives you the space to listen to your own thoughts, reflect on your values, and align your actions with your principles. It's a sacred pause in the rush of life, a chance to recalibrate. But solitude isn't always easy. It takes courage to sit alone with your thoughts, to face your fears and doubts without the distraction of the outside world. Yet, it's through this process that transformation happens. In solitude, you build emotional strength, learning to calm your anxieties and celebrate your successes without needing anyone else's approval. This self-reliance fosters resilience, a strength that no one can take away from you. Solitude also clarifies your purpose. When you step away from the expectations of others, you gain the clarity to focus on what truly matters to you. You're no longer living to meet societal demands. Instead, you're living in alignment with your own goals and values. This authenticity brings lasting fulfillment. In today's fast-paced world, solitude can feel like a luxury, but for the Stoics it was essential. They understood that time alone wasn't about retreating from life but preparing for it. By nurturing your inner self, you become better equipped to face challenges, build meaningful relationships, and contribute to the world in significant ways. To embrace solitude is to embrace the strength within you. It's a reminder that you are enough, just as you are. In stillness, you find peace. In peace, you find clarity. And in clarity, you find the power to face life's storms with calm and confidence. Solitude is not an escape, it's a return to yourself. Choose to embrace it and discover the quiet strength that lies within. Staying positive in adversity, finding strength in challenges. I have a younger sister who amazes me with her resilience. No matter what life throws her way, she greets it with a smile and an unshakable sense of positivity. She doesn't ignore her struggles or pretend everything is fine, but she chooses to see challenges as opportunities for growth. It's no surprise that people are drawn to her warmth. Her optimism inspires others to find their own silver linings. Watching her, I often think, this is what true strength looks like. Staying positive in adversity isn't about denying pain or dismissing hardship. It's about choosing to focus on what you can learn, what you can change, and what remains good, even in the darkest times. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This perspective, rooted in Stoic philosophy, reminds us that while we can't control life's twists and turns, we can always control how we respond to them. Adversity is an inevitable part of life. No one escapes it, and it challenges even the strongest among us. Yet within those challenges lies the opportunity to discover who we truly are. When you maintain a positive outlook, you reclaim your narrative. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and become the author of your own story. This doesn't erase the difficulty, it transforms how you engage with it. A key practice in staying positive is gratitude. Gratitude helps us see that, even amid struggle, there are blessings to count. It might be the support of a loved one, the lessons learned from failure, or simply the fact that you've made it through another day. Gratitude isn't about denying difficulty, it's about recognizing that beauty exists alongside it. Another cornerstone of positivity is resilience, the ability to adapt and recover. Resilience grows each time you face a setback and choose to rise again. It reminds you that adversity is temporary, a passing storm that can shape you but doesn't have to define you. As Seneca said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." These trials refine us, polishing away the rough edges to reveal our inner brilliance. Focusing on the present moment is another powerful way to cultivate positivity. Too often we dwell on past mistakes or fear what might come next. The Stoics teach us to anchor ourselves in the now. Epictetus advised, "Do not seek for things to happen as you wish, but wish for things to happen as they do, and you will have peace." By embracing the present moment, you free yourself from the weight of regret and worry, allowing clarity and calm to guide your actions. Cultivating positivity takes patience and intention. It means reframing negative thoughts, seeking solutions rather than fixating on problems, and surrounding yourself with people who uplift rather than drain you. It also means acknowledging your emotions, sadness, frustration, and fear without letting them control you. These feelings are natural, but they don't have to dictate your choices. Positivity in adversity is an act of courage. It's not about pretending life is easy, it's about recognizing that even when life is hard, there is still light to be found. That light, no matter how small, can guide you forward one step at a time. So when challenges arise, as they inevitably will, remember this: the storm will pass, but the strength and wisdom you gain from enduring it will remain. Hold on to that truth, and let it carry you through whatever lies ahead. Setting boundaries, protecting your peace and priorities. True strength often lies in making choices that safeguard your time, energy, and peace. Setting boundaries isn't about shutting people out. It's about recognizing your limits and honoring them. It's about saying no when you need to and yes to what truly matters. In a world that constantly pulls us in every direction, boundaries become the shield that prevents burnout and preserves your well-being. The Stoics understood this wisdom. Epictetus said, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." To know yourself means understanding what you can give and what you must keep for your own well-being. Boundaries reflect that self-awareness. Some may view setting boundaries as selfish, but nothing could be further from the truth. You cannot pour from an empty cup. When you give without limits, you drain yourself, leaving little for others and even less for yourself. Saying no isn't about rejection, it's an act of self-respect. A close friend of mine learned this lesson firsthand. She was overwhelmed by constant demands from work, friends, and family. She rarely said no, fearing she'd let people down. Over time, the stress left her exhausted and resentful. Finally, she decided to make a change. She began setting clear boundaries, scheduling time for herself, turning down commitments she couldn't manage, and communicating her limits with kindness. The results were transformative. She felt more energized, and her most important relationships grew stronger. Boundaries do more than protect your energy, they also teach others how to treat you. When you set limits, you show the world that you value yourself, and in turn, people learn to respect your time and presence. Boundaries bring clarity too. When you understand your limits, decisions become easier. You stop wasting energy on things that drain you and focus instead on what aligns with your values and goals. Marcus Aurelius advised, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Boundaries help you live with this kind of clarity and purpose. Of course, setting boundaries takes courage. There will be times when people push back, accuse you of being difficult, or misunderstand your intentions. But remember, boundaries aren't meant to hurt others, they're meant to protect you. Those who truly care about you will respect your limits, even if they don't fully understand them right away. How do you begin? Start by identifying what drains your energy and what replenishes it. Reflect on the commitments that bring you joy and those that leave you feeling depleted. Make a plan to prioritize the activities and relationships that uplift you while minimizing those that don't. Communicate your boundaries with kindness, but stand firm when they're tested. Setting boundaries isn't about building walls. It's about creating doorways to a healthier, more balanced life. It's a declaration that your time, energy, and peace are valuable, and that you are worthy of protecting them. This quiet act of strength allows you to thrive, bringing you closer to a life filled with growth, joy, and meaningful connections. By honoring your boundaries, you align your life with your deepest values and create the space to focus on what truly matters. Lifting others up, strength, and building community. True strength isn't just about conquering your own challenges. It's about using your resilience to inspire and uplift those around you. A truly strong person doesn't compete to tear others down, they collaborate to lift others up. They understand that empowering someone else doesn't dim their own light, it makes it shine even brighter. Think about a time when someone believed in you, even when you doubted yourself. Maybe it was a teacher who encouraged you, a friend who reminded you of your worth, or a mentor who pushed you to aim higher. Their belief in you became the spark you needed to keep going. This is the transformative power of lifting others. When you support someone, you create a ripple effect of strength and confidence that goes far beyond that single moment. The Stoics emphasize the interconnectedness of humanity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What brings no benefit to the hive brings none to the bee." When you help others thrive, you enrich not only their lives but also your own. Communities built on mutual support grow stronger together, weathering challenges no individual could face alone. Lifting others doesn't require grand gestures. Sometimes it's as simple as listening without judgment or offering a kind word of encouragement. These small acts of kindness can change someone's day or even their outlook on life. Let me share a story from my own experience. A few years ago, I worked with a colleague who was struggling with a critical project. They were overwhelmed, doubting their abilities, and unsure of how to move forward. Instead of focusing on their challenges, I chose to step in. We sat down together, broke the tasks into manageable steps, and refined each detail with care and determination. The project not only succeeded, but it also transformed how my colleague viewed their own capabilities. They gained confidence, and our professional relationship deepened, built on trust and respect. That moment taught me something profound. Lifting others isn't just about helping them succeed, it strengthens bonds, fosters collaboration, and creates shared victories that uplift everyone involved. The act of lifting others isn't self-sacrifice, it's an expression of strength and empathy. It requires setting aside ego to see the potential in others, even when they can't see it themselves. As Epictetus said, "Be helpful to those who are vulnerable, for you may one day find yourself in need of assistance." Supporting others is a gift not only to them but also to yourself. It cultivates humility, gratitude, and connection. Sometimes lifting others means stepping back and letting them take the spotlight. Truly strong individuals don't need constant recognition. They find fulfillment in the success of those they've supported. This kind of quiet generosity builds communities where success is shared, not hoarded, and collaboration replaces competition. To lift others, start small and be intentional. Celebrate someone's achievements without envy. Offer encouragement when they're facing a challenge. Share your knowledge and experience freely, knowing that wisdom grows when it's shared. The Stoics remind us that life is a shared journey. Seneca said, "No man can live happily who has regard for himself alone and turns everything to his advantage." You must live for your neighbor if you would live for yourself. By lifting others, you create a legacy of strength that extends far beyond your own life. It's a commitment to building something greater than yourself, a community where everyone has the chance to thrive. Empowering others reaffirms your belief in the collective power of humanity, proving that true strength lies not in isolation but in connection. This is the essence of lifting others, a quiet, powerful act of courage that strengthens relationships, creates opportunities, and leaves a lasting impact. When you lift others, you rise with them, and together, you create a brighter, stronger future. Practicing patience, the strength to endure. One of the clearest signs of inner strength is patience, the ability to endure challenges, delays, and frustrations without losing your composure. In a world that often values speed and instant gratification, practicing patience shows remarkable resilience and emotional intelligence. It's not about sitting back and doing nothing, it's about staying calm and focused while trusting the process. Patience demonstrates your ability to think long-term, adapt to obstacles, and find strength and perseverance. Consider the moments in your life when patience was tested. Perhaps you were waiting for a promotion, navigating a difficult family situation, or working toward a goal that seemed just out of reach. These are the times when your strength shines brightest. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "No great thing is created suddenly." Patience allows you to endure life's uncertainties and trust that progress, however slow, is still progress. Patience also reveals strength in relationships. Whether it's a heated disagreement with a loved one or a frustrating moment with a friend, your ability to pause, listen, it's a reminder that strength isn't about overpowering others. It's about creating harmony and understanding, even when emotions run high. When you practice patience, you also cultivate resilience. Life will always present setbacks and challenges, but a patient person understands that these moments are temporary. Rather than resisting or rushing, you adapt, adjust, and stay the course. This mindset not only reduces stress, but also empowers you to overcome adversity with grace and determination. How can you develop this powerful trait? Start by reframing the way you view delays and obstacles. Instead of seeing them as roadblocks, treat them as opportunities to grow and strengthen your resolve. Practice small acts of patience in daily life, whether it's waiting in line, dealing with slow technology, or listening to someone who needs extra time to express themselves. These moments build the foundation for patience in bigger challenges. Patience isn't a passive quality, it's an active choice. It takes strength to trust the timing of life, to pause instead of rushing, and to endure setbacks with grace. Each time you practice patience, you reinforce your ability to face the unknown with confidence and clarity. As Marcus Aurelius wisely wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Patience transforms obstacles into stepping stones and delays into opportunities for growth. It's a powerful sign of inner strength that helps you stay grounded and focused, even when the world feels chaotic. When you embrace patience, you demonstrate to yourself and others that you are not just strong, you are unshakable. Your ability to endure and persevere, no matter the circumstances, is what sets you apart as a truly strong person. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the 9 signs you are a very strong person. Each of these qualities, resilience, patience, integrity, and more, are reminders that true strength comes from within. It's not about perfection or power, but about how you navigate life's challenges, stay true to yourself, and uplift those around you. Now it's your turn. Reflect on these signs and consider how they show up in your life. Are there areas where you can grow stronger? Are there qualities you already embody that deserve recognition and celebration? Strength is a journey, not a destination, and every step forward counts. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who inspires you or who might need encouragement. Together we can create a ripple effect of positivity and empowerment. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights like this, because your strength deserves to be nurtured and celebrated. Thank you for watching, and remember, you are stronger than you think, and the best is yet to come. See you in the next video.